And welcome everyone to day 2 of the 2954 Neno Cup. Thank you for joining us. We've got all our racers here representing 8 teams, and they are itching to go through and do some racing at Providence Park, this track in the PU. These finals, this is going to determine the champion of the Neno Cup. So the way it works, we've had 2 days. First day was all Arena Commander racing, basically hanging out in the simulator. And this day is live racing in the PU, so all the racers are going to be together instead of being separate in Arena Commander lobbies. And they're going to be battling to get those 1,050 points and win the cup. I'm joined here by Kalestar, our second commentator.
Hello.
Let's see, yeah. I think our racers are already gridded up, and we're getting ready to go. I guess, yeah, Kalestar, anything you want to add about today's race?
I'm excited to see the result of today's race, because last time was some pretty incredible battles, especially at Lorville. That was some incredible. It was really, really good racing. So I'm excited just in general for today to see these guys go at it again.
Yeah, it's so we had day 1, we had atmospheric racing, we had moon racing, 0G racing, ground racing, and heavy ship racing, and we had some of the most intense battles in the atmospheric ship racing. So that was on Lorville Outskirts and Arena Commander. We had 3 or 4 racers at a time per heat. Now we're going to have the entire grid of racers, which I believe is 11 racers all together. So this would be fun. So let's see what we've got on the line. We've got racers in teams of up to 2, and they are they're battling for points. Basically, the best score of your team member in each race is going to determine your team's score for that race. So we have a team championship, which is going to be we're going for pledge prizes. So each team member will get a 400i for first place, a C1 Spirit LTI for second place, and a C8R for third place. And then the top 3 individual pilots are going to be going for a 10 million AUEC prize pool. So 5 million for first place, 3 million for second place individual pilot, and 2 million for the third place individual pilot. And those are sponsored by NZ Racing and Frontier Consolidated. So shout out to our sponsors. As well as the second half of the team pledge prizes are sponsored by Cloud and Fury. Alright, so let's see if we can check in with our racers and with our grid.
Grid looks to be almost set.
Alright, we've got 11 racers out there. I think we're getting ready to go. So the teams in the Neno Cup, when they signed up, they picked a manufacturer, so they could pick between Origin, Aegis, Drake, Consolidated, Outland, and Anvil. And so a lot of the teams out there did ship testing, did performance testing, and a lot of them ended up going with Origin. So throwing the starting grid up here. We organize the start grid in team order or scoring order based on the day 1 results. So FRESH001 and Jacoden representing Sanguis Red, they're in the 1st position. Boltok representing Team Washed Up is in the 3rd position. Gerbo the Gnome and Jellyhead Maid representing Sanguis Black are in the P4 and 5. We have Playing Fox and Soap 1 representing the Origin Speedsters in 6 and 7. Kolbosa representing Solo Turbor in 8th position. Speedweed and Connor Riznik representing XGR in 9 and 10. I believe we just have Connor Riznik today. And Kelsa representing Team Q Prime, and then Ricky Tiki representing the Sire Racing team. I'm jumping in here with our secondary camera. Alright, 60 seconds to restart. 60 seconds. This racer's been doing a lot of practice on this track. This is a brand new track. We'll dissect and talk about the track after this race. A lot of twists and turns through the platforms. Kind of reminds a lot of the races a little bit of a 0G track. They don't have ground to worry about. Oh man, this is checking with some of our racers. We've got Soap1 on board with FRESH001 currently in our pole position. Jacoden currently in the second position. Yeah, Soap1 back in 7th. Alright, let's get ready for this. Is going to be 6 laps with a 15-minute time limit.
Here we go.
And we're up. Alright, looks like we've got Boltok pulling into the lead there. Or actually, Fresh pulling into the lead. Going through the platform. Yep, looks like Boltok zipped ahead. Coming into this second main turn. Looping around here. Through the platform they go, and they're coming up and going into what we call the Twister. So they're zipping down. This is right by Cousin Crows. They are just through there. Looks like we had a DNF out of Jacoden. Flipping around the platform here, and they're heading up to a second barge.
Boltok just took the lead in front of Fresh. Looks like he made that corner quite a bit faster.
Yep, and then they're looping around that first barge, and they are now heading back down to this second barge and the second platform. Looping around that second barge, Boltok taking it very tight. Looks like with an overtake by Fresh. Looks like Fresh maybe took that tighter. They're going to zip through this next platform here, and then they're going to head back up and over Providence and head back to the start. Kind of very, very close here. Jumping on board with Fresh as they head back down to the start finish. Let's see. Fresh just ahead of Boltok there as they head back up to Providence and zipping through the platform there. It's like 800 milliseconds separating our top two, so they are very neck and neck. That first turn is a tough turn there. It's really easy to wipe out under the tripwire.
Oh, camera down. That's unfortunate.
All right. But yeah, it looks like Fresh still has a bit of a lead, heading down past Cousin Crows through the Twister, and heading back up to the first barge, cutting through the arms here. So they just have to make it do it like a 270-degree turn. It looks like DNF out of Colbosa and Soap1. We're in the middle of... Looks like in the middle of lap 2. So lots already happened here. Looks like, see who we've got still running. Yep. Alright, Fresh up and over. And finishing out lap 2. So, off to lap 3, so yeah, it looks like 125 on a hot lap, so a little bit faster than that standing start. Let's come through the platform. Let's check out some of the back of the field. We've got Gerbo the Gnome heading back up, finishing lap 2 with Playing Fox and Jelly just ahead. So it looks like we've got... looks like Fresh and Boltok definitely further ahead. Looks like, do we have a DNF out of Fresh? Oh yeah, it looks like Fresh and Boltok have stopped moving, so I believe... Looks like that was a DNF out of both. Go back to our overhead. Looks like we've got 5 racers still running. And it's going to be Playing Fox in the lead there.
Did you catch what happened, Steve? I wasn't able to see
didn't. It looks like they had a collision in the. Looks like they had a collision in the tunnel.
Yeah, lots of shots of Oris in general now for the
All
player
right.
feeds.
Checking in. So let's see. I think if we get. All right. Looks. I think that's Gerbo in the lead, just ahead of Playing Fox. On this third lap here. Yep, followed closely by Playing Fox. And with, looks like Jelly in third, Connor Risnick in fourth, and then Ricky Tiki in fifth. So yeah, looks like I think we've got, looks like Gerbo is our leader. Heading through the platform, and then going to be coming up and over for the second long straight. Under the tripwire, through the roof, and then onto the twister. Yeah, it looks like Gerbo and Playing Fox very close together. We have Gerbo representing Sanguis Black, Playing Fox representing the Origin Speedsters. So this is a lot of points on the line for Sanguis Black if Gerbo can keep that lead.
And Sanguis showed up last for day one of the Neno Cup and dominated. So really strong racers on their teams.
We will, yeah. We'll have to go over some of those scores after this wraps up. All right, looks like Gerbo then heading back down to the second Australis platform under barge 2. Very, very beautiful swooping turn there out of Gerbo. You can see just sort of maintaining speed through the whole one. And then through Australis platform. And then heading back up and over to finish out lap 4. It's like the gap has increased slightly between Gerbo and Playing Fox. And it looks like Jelly has dropped about maybe a quarter lap behind. Yeah, we've got a 4-second gap between Gerbo and Playing Fox. So I think Gerbo has a little bit of room to breathe here. Looks like Jellyhead with comfortably finishing out lap 4, 12-second gap. So I think Jelly just needs to keep it consistent, get those third place points. And then looks like Connor there, just taking it really gentle through Australis, coming up and over. Yeah, jump back in. I got Gerbo in the twister. So a lot of 180-degree turns in this track, and these racers are flying these big heavy 300 series. So they are. It is tough to make those ships dance like that. All right, Gerbo heading back down under barge 2. Looks like might need to lap Ricky Tiki. Yeah, that's probably like a 5-second gap between Gerbo and Fox.
Yeah, he is steadily pulling ahead there. It looks like Ricky might just be limping. I wonder if he took some damage.
Ricky
on one of the barges.
I know Ricky's flying a Gladius. I know the Gladius is a little slower on this track. Let's see, Playing Fox finishing this lap here. And then Jellyhead, looks like Playing Fox went for the sort of the overtake through the platform for Ricky Tiki. I think Ricky Tiki's marker might have stopped. That could be a DNF, or maybe not. Maybe Ricky's just... No, I think Ricky's still out, pulling away. Yeah, it looks like Gerbo through the twister. Yeah, talking about some of the results we had so far. So on day 1, day one, Sanguis Black had 660 points, tied with Boltok 660 points, and Sanguis Red in the lead. Oh. Gerbo DNF? Looks like Gerbo DNF going through Australia's platform. So I think that would put Playing Fox in the lead. Yeah, Playing Fox heading around Barge 2 on the 6th and final lap. And this would give the Origin Speedsters another 350 points. They can lock this in. One of the reasons we do team racing is that when you've got a second teammate, you've basically got a little bit extra chances. Looks like, all right, Playing Fox. I believe that is a finish out of Playing Fox. Congratulations. 9 minutes, 50 seconds. And I
Congrats, Fox. Well done.
This is Jellyhead. Jellyhead coming through on this final turn, dipping back down to the start finish, and for a finish out of Jellyhead. Great job there, Jelly.
Congrats.
Let's check in with Ricky. Looks like Ricky is finishing out lap 4. On to lap 5. Idea since Ricky has locked in. So, actually, yeah, Ricky is still behind Gerbo, because Gerbo did finish out 6 laps. So, and Connor's still running as well. So yeah, let's see. Ricky will need to finish at least, I believe, 2 more laps to then hop ahead of Gerbo. All right, we've got Connor finishing this lap 6. Running the Gladius, again, slightly slower, but way more maneuverable, a lot easier to avoid collisions. So, yeah, congrats, Connor, finishing that out in 3rd.
Nice job, guys.
Great job, everybody. Ricky Tiki also in a Gladius. Again, way more maneuverable, not as fast in a straight line, but definitely be easy to avoid collisions. All right, looks like I think that's Ricky. Oh no, it's a 300. My bad. My mistake. I thought they were running ages. No, yeah, they are running 300s. All right, Ricky Tiki through the twister, trying to get one more. I think, yeah, Ricky Tiki's going to need to finish out that 6th lap to secure 4th place for the Sire Racing team. So we'll have to see how the scores update. But let's see, going into today's race, we had Sanguis Red with 860, washed up with Boltok, which is 660, Sanguis Black, which is Gerbo the Gnome and Jellyhead, with 660. And then we had Origin Speedsters, so Playing Fox and Soap, they had 520, so it looks like they are going to add 350 to that. Colbosa, Solo Turbor, was coming into today with 510. Team XGR coming in with 290. So again, they will add, with that 3rd place finish, we'll add, I believe, 210 points. Team Q Prime, which is Kelsar, started today with 200 points, and the Sire Racing team started today with 190. So if Ricky Tiki can hold on to this, that will be another 160 points for the Sire Racing team, so that'll help push them back up. Oh, looks like there's a DNF out of Ricky Tiki.
Oh no, Ricky.
All right, race direction is going to work on those results, and the way the scoring works is basically if you DNF'd, it's the order you completed the previous lap in. So Gerbo will have secured 4, having completed that 5th lap before Ricky Tiki, and then Ricky will be in slot 5, I believe. But yeah, that was quite an eventful race. I know we had a lot of perspectives. But yeah, let's talk about what we saw there.
Well, I mean, the pack separated fairly quickly. I wish I would have seen what happened to Boltok and Fresh, because it looked like their markers were a good distance apart. I don't know if maybe one of them soft deathed and then just continued their forward momentum until they blew up, but I would have been interested to see what actually happened there.
I think I mean, we are racing in the PU. I know desync is an issue in this patch, so it's definitely possible. Could have been desync, could have been a collision. I know that straight, they're heading under a tripwire there. It's definitely possible to, misjudge a line, or if they got close to each other. All right, so yeah, it looks like racers in race direction will take about a 5-minute break, and then we will, and then they will start getting that grid together for the second race. All right, looks like race direction says our scores are updated. Let's take a look. All right, so yeah, it looks like that. Checking through here. Looking through some of these scores, that is. I believe that's going to put Sanguis Red in the lead. They added 140 points, so that'll push them up to, I believe, 970, with the Origin Speedsters now closing in behind them with 870. And then, I believe Team Washed Up, that will put them in third with 810. So yeah, good racing, everybody. We'll get these final results out here and get them shared on screen. But yeah, Kale, I think based on how folks are racing, what I don't know, what do you think we're going to see in race 2?
I don't know. It looked like there was it looked like perhaps the size of those 350s was really working against people when they're entering the platforms, passing in between the center of it, or at least down below the obstacles. I imagine there are, your optimal line sort of shrinks with your ship size, as far as when it comes to proximity of other players. So it's going to be interesting to see if people sacrifice the ideal line there just to get through it, and then wait and hope that someone makes a mistake, because as we saw, there was a slow dwindling of pilots who just began booming on subsequent laps. So I'm not sure, actually. It's going to, I guess, come down to how well they adapt to the grid moving through tight spaces in such relatively large racing ships, compared to an M50 or a Razor, or especially a Snub.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I know some of these platforms, looks like we saw a lot of the booms going through the platforms. I know, like, if you look going through Australis here, as you're going through, you have to head under all 5 of these yellow bars, and then you do need to pitch up after that last one. And whether desync or pilot error or whatnot, is very easy to sort of clip the end there and miss the pitch up on the way back to Providence. I know there's a lot of things to hit on both of the trips through Providence, both going through the first time and then the second time. So it looks like flying through the platforms has actually been the most dangerous for our racers. I haven't really seen a lot of explosions on the turns. So I guess the platforms can be deadly. Yeah, I guess so one thing to talk about, so we're racing today in the Cup. We are racing in 3.23, and I know we were not sure when we were putting the Cup together if we would be racing in 323 or 324. Luckily, especially for all the racers who've put in practice into 323, we are racing in 323 because there are a lot of ship changes in 324. I know, Caleb, you spent some of the time in 324 with some of the ship changes.
Yeah, so I was watching Billboy fly the M50, and it has actually become a bit more unstable while rolling. So it's going to have a whole new meta that's going to have to form with that tuning. The Razor as well. The Razor is now more akin to the 322 Razor, and the sort of obscene top speed and acceleration, which were almost unmanageable in a full Atbo track, and like just downright not fun on, say, Yadar. It's now toned down and much more like the 322 Razor, where it's more maneuverable but with a slower top speed. It's a lot of fun, and I tested last night, and I can actually film with it again. So it'll be interesting to get back into that ship and use it for filming racing, because that used to be my go-to ship. And it looks like it might be back. Not 322 enjoyment levels, but still a blast of a ship, and still has a very unique feel as well. Have you flown it at all?
Only a little bit. I know I spent most of my time in 324 testing the Neno Cup ships, so I actually spent really little time in sort of the standard racing ships. I know
Sure.
one thing folks have asked is why, why we're racing in these bigger, heavier ships in the Neno Cup, and part of that is with the speeds in 323. We found in races like the M50 and the Razor were so fast that they were sort of running into a desync wall. Like if you would take sharp turns at high speeds, the server was punishing you and blowing you up, especially if you were close to the racers and whatnot. So we thought it would probably be a much better racing experience if we just had ships that were, maybe 2/3 of the speed, and basically give racers a little bit more of a chance to live. But so yeah, so long story short, I have not really tested most of the ships in 324. I do know that just the slower speeds and less lift makes them feel a little like driftier. Yeah, I need to get some time in the Razor because it is my favorite racing ship.
Yeah, I do think that as speeds slowly decrease, which I think is going to be the trend overall with ships, that larger tracks are going to be looked at more as almost endurance race type, because of the changes to the top speed from when the tracks were designed, to the current tunings.
Which is funny too, because like when we were originally working on the skyscraper, the original XGR club track, which is now the skyscraper in game, I believe the Razor went, I think, like 330 in a straight line, 380 boosted, which is perhaps not too far off from what some of these 324 speeds are, but I know lap times were almost like cut in half on a lot of these tracks with the sort of the insane 323 speeds. So we'll see, because a lot of these tracks were essentially balanced at those slower speeds, but weirdly, like racers have gotten so much better and done so much more practice, like in Arena Commander and over the months, that there's almost this like the racers have skilled up. So now what would have been maybe a more challenging track, especially if you were doing it only in the PU at that like 380, 400 meters a second, it's now easier, especially because if they've been training with weights, with racing ships that are faster. So it might also just be, even if we go back down to what those speeds were a couple patches ago, maybe we just need more challenging tracks as well, or tighter tracks. Like something I like about this track, there's a lot of like 180s and 270s, so sort of you're spending a lot of time in turns, and you really have to sort of pick your lines, because a lot of these turns you're not going through like canyons. You have a lot of line choice, which is something that you on a track like the Yadar Valley or the Snake Pit, you can really sort of lose some of that line choice. Let's see. See if we can get some final results up on screen.
You're right back, Steve.
All right. Forgot that. So, Numinous asks in chat if we're making lives harder for ourselves using some novel point system. Yes, so the novel point system is whichever team member does better on an individual race, that is the team score. So out of this race, we've got so we've got 60 seconds to restart. Yeah, we had the Origin Speedsters. They took first place with that 350 points. Sanguis Black, second place with 250 points. Team XGR taking third place with 210. And then Psy Racing Team taking... Alright, 30 seconds to restart. Let's hop in. On board, we've got Fresh, Jekodin, and Soap. Alright, good luck, racers. Alright, and they are off. Alright.
Oh, sorry, Steve.
Fresh in front. Looks like Fresh is ahead of Boltok there. Looks like Boltok hot behind. Fresh making that first turn. Heading back through, heading under the tripwire. Yeah, just inches ahead of Boltok there. Coming up through that gap and heading into the twister here. As they come down, passing right in front of Cousin Crows. And then industrial platform. Looks like Fresh's gap opened up very slightly. Fresh taking that turn much tighter, but with Boltok taking it wider, but then Boltok in the lead, making this 270. Looks like Fresh cutting it close. Heading over the platform here. Boltok staying ahead. Heading under the barge. Oh, looks like DNF out of Jekodin. Fresh taking it tighter. Fresh ahead of Boltok there. Looks like Boltok maybe getting head on straight. Fresh passing through all of those. Turning back up, heading to Providence. Coming back down, heading back to the start-finish. Still ahead of Boltok. Finishing out lap 1. The 125 is 2 seconds faster than the fastest lap last time.
Wow.
Alright, and I have Fresh and Boltok speeding through the platforms. A lot of antennas, a lot of things to miss coming through here. In that tight 180, cutting it real close. Coming through there, let's see, we've got... Oh! Is it DNF out of Fresh and Boltok? Again, looks like maybe they collided right in the middle there. So it looks like we've got Gerbo coming through with Jellyhead behind. Coming up through to the twister. That is tragic. They were running so close together. I know we didn't get a chance to see what happened there. Looks like, yeah, we've got Gerbo here coming through the twister with Jelly behind. It looks like Playing Fox running in third. And we got Connor just heading into the twister there, so... And wait, looks like we got a DNF from Colbosa. Alright, Gerbo heading through. Coming through there around the barge. Barge 2. Again, beautiful tight turn out of Gerbo. Heading into Australis platform. Clearing that through the end. Passes it clean and back up to Providence. Yeah, we will have to get some of these racers in here for interviews after this. Alright, looks like we got Jelly. Jelly about to turn behind. Gerbo finishing out that lap. Let's see, we see Jelly coming in here. Jelly finishing out that lap. Gerbo heading through the platforms. And Jelly just entering. And looks like Playing Fox. Heading back up and over Providence. With Connor close behind. And let's see, it looks like we have Kelsar, yeah, just exiting Australis and then finishing out this lap 2. That was DNF had a Playing Fox in the structure. Jellyhead heading down into this. Looks like we've still got Gerbo. Gerbo's still running. Gerbo heading through the platforms. Alex, okay. Gerbo doing that 270, and then heading back open over the platform. Looks like Jelly, yeah, again, Jelly about a turn behind. Looks like Gerbo does have a bit of that lead. Heading into the final platform for Gerbo. The clean pass of Ricky, and then backing up over the Providence arms. And out to finish out lap 3, halfway done. Looks like Jellyhead getting a pass on Ricky. And Gerbo heading into the platform. That is a very dicey turn. You're basically doing a 180, trying to enter the platform without hitting the top or the bottom. It's a tricky one. You got to get your line set up just right. And then have a clean exit without hitting the platform and do this lovely 180 you see Gerbo doing, and then passing under that structure. And Jellyhead not making it easy for Gerbo. Come through there, heading through that gap in the ceiling there, and then around the tower, and then over into the industrial platforms. Looks like we've got Connor still running third, heading through the platforms. But it looks like Gerbo, yeah. Gerbo and Fox definitely still ahead, or Gerbo and Jelly. And Gerbo heading back down to Barge 2.
Gap seems to be widening between Gerbo and Jelly as well.
Gerbo up and over Providence, and then finishing out lap 4. So yeah, we've got this is race 2 of 3. Racers have a lot on the line. They are quite a few points to help them potentially catch up and we're going to figure out who the individual and team champions are. Let's see, a 5-second gap between Gerbo and Jelly as they head through the platform. Looks like Kelsar in 4th, Connor running 3rd. Looks like Connor and Ricky keeping it nice and easy going through Australis. Connor going for the pass, pitch up, passes Ricky clean. It's a good racecraft out of Connor. You don't want to pass when it's dicey. I should see Connor heading up and over and finishing out that lap. See Gerbo heading through the twister. And Gerbo heading up and over the platform. With Jelly close behind. I think that gap is opened up a bit because I think, yeah, we see Gerbo heading into Australis platform. On this lap 5 of 6, so the penultimate lap. Gerbo with very clean laps here, very clean lines. Jelly behind. Alright, and Gerbo heading into the platform, lap 6. Nice work out of Gerbo, nice racing. And Jelly as well. Alright, looks like we've got Gerbo heading up through the platform, coming back to what we call the twist. So heading through that little gap in the platform roof, around the tower. Apologies, we don't have onboards for all the racers. But yeah, Gerbo coming through here, going around this little itty bitty landing pad we have below Providence, then heading back up to the second barge. Doing this 270 turn, it's not an easy one. And then heading up and over the top. Looks like we got Jelly making that turn. And Gerbo coming into Australis. And let's see. Ricky finishing out lap 4 with Jelly, hopefully doing a pass here. Looks like Jelly passes Ricky clean. That's a finish out of Gerbo. Congratulations, Gerbo. And looks like this is going to be a finish out of Jelly. Second place. Ricky Ticky finishing out lap 4. So we are... Connor Riznik is now in the lead, still running. Finishing out this lap 6, going through the twister. Get eyes on Connor. Yep, coming back through around the landing pad. And then up as well. That clean 270 turn. And then back down to the final platform. So yeah, it looks like Sanguis Black with first place in both of these at 700 points. That's quite a few. That's definitely gonna shake things up. Connor with a clean turn there through Australis platform. You see, it seems big, but there's not a lot of room in there in that platform. And then Connor heading back up to finish out this lap 6. Looks like with Kelsar about 15 seconds behind. Yeah, it looks like Kelsar just heading into Australis platform as Connor exits. So it looks like that is a finish out of Connor.
Finish out of Connor.
Alright, and Kelsar heading up, finishing this last lap. Interestingly, we've got, even though there's a lot of Origin ships out there, looks like Gladius is in both the 3rd and 4th place, so nice finish, Kelsar. So we've got Ricky running, finishing up that lap 5. But yeah, good racing, everybody. Yeah, we're heading through the platform, Australis, back up to Providence, and then back down to the start-finish. So Ricky will be finishing out that 5th lap. And I believe that secures... should secure Ricky 5th place. Let's see, I think Ricky's going to finish out this lap 6. But yeah, this is really incredible performance out of Team Sanguis Black here. Looks like yeah, Ricky's still running. But yeah, really clean performance at Sanguis Black, taking the top 2 spots. So with the way the team scoring works, the score will go to the top score will go to the team there. But it just means no other team is getting that second place scoring. Yeah, you're right, Ricky coming through. Yeah, good racing, everybody. And so that will be another... All right. Ricky coming through the platform. Yeah, we'll have to see how these scores look, because it looks like, yeah, Sanguis Black getting 350 out of both of these. we will look at how this updates the finals. Yeah, great racing, everybody. This is not an easy track. I know it looks like some racers, definitely some DNFs there. Pew is definitely in a rough spot right now with definitely some desync or other issues. But it looks like at least most of the racers are still able to complete most of their laps.
Oh no, DNF from Ricky.
DNF out of Ricky.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Still securing that 5th place for Sire Racing.
Nice job.
Yeah, good racing, everybody, out of race 2. All right, that is race 2 done. Yeah, that was one thing I wish we had is some instant replays.
Yeah, again, I would love to have seen exactly what happened in the tunnel. I mean, I'm assuming that it was just a collision, but I'd love to see, how that transpired, and was it because of a line, or did someone make a mistake? And it happened in almost the exact same part of that structure as well.
Yeah. So I know we'll have to see. I know a lot of racers are recording, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it shakes out afterwards. I know when you have 2 racers running close to each other, the Star Citizen can be brutal depending on the state of the servers. So, but yeah, they were both at insane times out of both of them. We were seeing one. Looks like Gerbo and Jelly running 132 and 134 fastest laps, and we had Fresh and Bulltalk running 125 and 127. So just incredible speeds. All right, looks like we do have scores updated. As the racers get this grid together. Yeah, I think one thing also, I don't know, Kelstar, do we have what other racing events are coming up this year? I know some things have been a little late, but yeah, what have we got?
So Anzia has Scarlet Apex, which is now a bit different from last year as far as the track they're flying. It's going to be, I don't want to mess that up. Is it going to be the Sinful Chain track? Is Scarlet Apex? Or
Yep, it's a Sinful Chain. So yeah, Sinful Chain is a track actually very similar to how we built what we did for day 1 of the Neno Cup. It uses the first 7 checkpoints of Miner's Lament, because those are after the 7th checkpoint. There's an invisible wall that kills racers. What it is, I believe it is a full combat allowed race, and racers are going through first 7 checkpoints of Miner's Lament in SCM speeds, and then they can go to nav speeds. They go to a different asteroid cluster, and they can do combat in that 2nd asteroid cluster. But part of the fun, I think, is that there's going to be different racing classes. So there's even a carrier class where these snubs are going to have to embark and disembark as they go into and out of those SCM sections. It is going to be should be a good time. I know there's a dual class as well, where you have 2 single racers running, and then a team class, which is your gunships. I know I ran Scarlet Apex once, actually with one of our other race crew, GT Madcat, and it was we were running in a Cutlass Blue, and it was a lot of fun to have someone else on board just to spot obstacles, spot other racers. Even though having a turret gunner and it was distortion combat, I found the most useful thing was actually just having that second racer aboard. It's basically nice having your race engineer on board. So
yeah, last year I was on a passenger on 2 different hammerheads, one for Black Star Legion and one for Sanguis Luna. And it was a really fun time. It was, if nothing else, the most visually interesting race I'd ever seen or been a part of. I would highly recommend it. Watch the streams. It's a really interesting event, and Anzia sort of has that signature different take on racing. They're so different from XGR, and that's what the community needs, is variety and people committed to hosting really amazing events. And I know that Echo always puts on a good event, and their marketing is like professional level. Makes everybody else jealous, basically. So always a good time to watch one of their events.
Apologies, I didn't have the commercial ready to go to show on our stream here, but if you go to anziaracing.com or look them up on YouTube, you'll be able to see the trailer for that and get all the details and sign up yourself. Anzia Racing, also one of our 2 sponsors of the AUEC prizes for the solo championship. So our top 2 racers today, top racer, we walk down here with 5 million AUEC, and then 3 million AUEC, then 2 million AUEC for 3rd place. Just working on getting these results tabulated. I guess and something else we got going on right now, the ship showdown. Just want to throw that out there that right now on RSI, folks are voting for their favorite ships. There's a racing class. A lot of folks basically the ship showdown that RSI runs every year. The top 4 ships get new skins and all that. I know there's some ships out there like the Gladiator and the Terrapin that folks really want to be converted to the new skin tech, as well as the M50 is up against the Fury LX. We have a lot of M50 lovers out here, so just throw it out there as a plug. Vote for that M50.
Yeah, please. The Fury LX needs a lot of love and has plenty of skins, so we want some M50 love. We want that racing yellow, please. You can't tease us. You can't tease us with the model of it in the Platinum Bay and then not deliver on the paint. You got to give us the paint.
Yeah, exactly. If you're ever in a Platinum Bay spawning vehicles, there's the M50 model there in a gold paint, and we do not have that paint in game, but it would be amazing if we did. Alright, just finishing up these results here. We've got some scores. Looks like we have got Sanguis Black in the lead with, after 2 races, 1,260 points. That was a that was first place in race 2 and second place in race 1 for their team. Then we have Sanguis Red in second place, 1120 points, so only 140 points behind. So this last race could definitely decide things here. And then in third place, we have the Origin Speedsters with 1,020 points. Then we have, see if we can get the results from the last race up on screen. So yeah, that was Sanguis Black getting 3rd place in that last race. Oh no, actually, sorry, that's the results are reset. But yeah, then we have Solar Turbo, 4th, or sorry, we have Team Washed Up in 4th place with 920 points. That's Bull Talk. And then in 5th place, we have Solar Turbo with 780 points. 6th place, we have Team XGR with 710 points. So a solid 3rd place at a Conor Riznik in both of those last 2 races.
Nice job, Connor.
Then in 7th place, we have the Sire Racing Team with 530 points. So that was with 180 and 160 points out of these last 2 races. So good job, Ricky Tiki. And then Q Prime, we have 380 points. That's right. If you DNF on lap 1, it is a 0 point. So it looks like we had Team Q Prime did not get a score out of that first race. But yeah, this will be an exciting one. Final 3. So this is for those of you tuning in. There's a 400i with LTI on the line for each team member for 1st place, C1 Spirit LTI for 2nd place team, and C8R with LTI for the 3rd place team. As well, there is a Razer LX audience giveaway. So all of you out, looks like we had a... Alright, I heard 30k. Alright, so looks like we're gonna have a delay until we get this next next race up, although I do still see people flying around. But yeah, it looks like okay, it's like some people servered and some didn't, so I think you'll just have to hang on. Okay, so a bit of a delay there, but yeah, let's see if I can get some of these results shared out on screen. Yeah, just an incredible set of racing on everybody. Yeah, I think I don't know what other racing are you looking forward to, Kel? Or I mean I know we're hoping for some decent fixes for the PU. I know the CIG has talked about potential networking fixes with like a different network queuing. Because yeah, racing, especially fast ships, has been really rough.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we delayed divisions, which was originally scheduled for the first race for August 24th, and we delayed that currently. And now it's still on a scheduling hiatus. For now, until we get some stability. And what has happened to our... Okay. We're headed to menus.
All right, looks like we are going to do a... Sending folks back to menu, we're going to do a relaunch. So yeah, let me get these scores. I think in the meantime, let's get that audience giveaway going. So it is a Razer LX, sponsored by Cloud Imperium, and that will go to somebody in chat. So I guess just we'll do that, I think, sometime in the next 10 minutes or so, and it will go to folks who are active in chat. But yeah, much appreciated the support from Cloud Imperium for these races. I know sponsoring the second half of the team prizes, amazing, as well as sponsoring the audience giveaways. So shout out there, appreciate you. Let's get these results showing. Yeah, the Razer LX, a lot of fun. I know sometimes it is actually balanced to be strictly better than the Razer, so it's actually often banned from a lot of events. So it's sort of the, You know, like if a lot of the racing events are doing is like stock Miata racing or like stock racing, the Razor LX is the, you know, not track legal, just souped up, too powerful for its class racer. So good times. All right, so peeking into results. One second there. Get these loaded up. Actually unsorted. Let me get these sorted. But yeah, congratulations to both Sanguis Black and Sanguis Red and the Origin Speedsters for just an amazing performance here out of these. Just, yeah, really, really fantastic. Let's see. I don't know. What are some of the things we saw in day one, Kale? You talk to. I know we had the ground race, Bloodshot, the Snake Pit. We had the heavy race at Yadar. Then we had Lorville with ships, and then the 0G endurance race. I mean, how does some of that compare to these races? Maybe.
I certainly prefer Atmo to 0G, which I've said endlessly, but I really enjoyed the races at Yadar and Snake Pit in particular, and the difference between the straight line speed of the 350R or the 300 series and the Aero at Snake Pit was really interesting to see. How pilots could sort of just boost and use their MAVs to just force themselves through the turns, and especially with like overtakes. So you have the 350, the 300 series are dominating here, obviously, because the distance is covered in the straight line speed of that ship or ship series. The Aero and the Gladius are just left in the dust here. I don't even think do we even have an Aero out there now?
We do.
I think it's just Gladius.
No, Solo Turbo is running the Aero.
Oh, okay, that's right. He
is running Anvil.
But yeah, as expected, on a large track like this, the 300 series is dominating.
But I mean, funnily enough, we would say we're seeing really good results out of the Gladiuses here, as well. Where I think just in today's races, I know they were left behind a little bit in. They were left behind a little bit and left behind a little bit in day one, but just seeing really, really solid performances from XGR with, you know, third place in both final 1 and 2, as well as Kelsar doing well and getting that fourth place in final 2. So it's that whole, you know, might not be the fastest around the track, but definitely having that extra maneuverability and potentially even that more consistent speed can really benefit you. All right, and we will just wait for a cue from race direction on when we can expect main 3. As we get ready for that audience giveaway. So yeah, anybody... Yeah, just throw some messages in the chat. Let us know what your favorite ship is, maybe favorite race so far, and anybody that's active in chat will be entered for that Razor Alex giveaway. All right, so like Race Direction's still trying to get everybody in the same server. So yeah, it'll be a minute. But yeah, looking through some of these. Let's see, so how did we do? Yeah, out of this last race we had. Yeah, team. Yeah, the Origin Speedster's taking first place in that first race, definitely helpful. Yeah, and that's put, I'd say with 350 points on the line, that does put the Origin Speedsters in striking range of the team championship. As well. Sanguis Red, of course, in contention, and Sanguis Black. Let's see, Team Washed Up, if we added 350 to 920, is that 1270? I think, yeah, 1270. So, if Sanguis Black zeroes out on Final 3, so a lap 1 DNF out of both of them, that could put Team Washed Up into the lead and potentially get a win out of there. But yeah, it's the team championship could go to any of the top 3, potentially into the top 4 teams as well. And if we do continue to see awesome performances out of like Team XGR, that could put Team XGR at, let's see, 1060. So that could actually put Team XGR as a potential 3rd place overall. And in the individual results, let's see, total, we've got, looks like Gerbo the Gnome is currently ahead in the individual results so far, 1440 points, with Fresh in 2nd place with 1090, and Playing Fox in 3rd with 1020. And then gap down there goes to Jelly Headmaid in 3rd or 4th with 930, and then Boltok in 5th with 920. So again, all of those racers in striking distance of that. Within striking distance of that individual solo championship as well.
I was trying to think back on the last race where the fastest pilots caught with each other on in multiple races and in pretty much the same location. The only thing I think of was the division icebreaker between Splen and Shaknu on turn 1. I think that they came together twice in a row.
Yep.
On the Division Pro.
Yeah, I remember we had basically some of the fastest racers on the same lines in turn 1 on Icebreaker. I know and that was definitely rough. With that racing format, the division racing, the racers were all competing to win Pro-Am heats and get grid position for the Pro Race final. I think it was trying to go for the top 5 racers, so definitely tragic to have some of the fastest racers hitting each other on turn 1 like twice or 3 times in a row. It's definitely a risk being on the same line. I will say with these collisions with Fresh and Voltok on that top straight both times, it didn't look like it was a case of like turns intersecting, because they were both blowing up on the straight. So again, I don't know if they're running too close to each other, server desync, something position-wise. There is a merge as you go through that straight. You have to go through a hole in the ceiling, and I know their lap times are very close together. So again, it could be desync. It could just be, we've got big ships and not a lot of visibility. It is very tight going under a tripwire there, but I suspect there's some kind of double collision, some kind of collision happening, because they both hit both times. So definitely tragic.
looks like I'm going to have to reclaim my Talon, so I'll be just a minute.
And you could, if you have a Fury, it could potentially work too.
I do, but only an LX. Can you still target without... I'll just wait for the Talon.
Yeah, just wait for the Talon. All right. But yeah, definitely some awesome racing that we've seen so far. I know it is a large track. There's a lot to cover, and let's see. I think fingers crossed if we can. And we have onboards with some of these racers. If we can have some, it'd be great if we can see more of the onboards for more of the racing. But racing happens, stuff happens. But yeah, we are excited here. And want to throw out so one of our sponsors, Frontier Consolidated. So they participate in races. They run some of their own races, and so they're an organization. I say they're an organization built on friendship, strong collaborative gameplay. They find and push the boundaries of the verse. Whether you fly a Mole or an M50, home is on the frontier. That's what they say. So, FrontierConsolidated.com. They've got a Discord as well. Discord.gg/FRCN. They are, Tint, one of the folks that works with racing over there. I know Tint involved in a lot of ANSI events as well, helping with both race direction as well as winning a decent number of races on his own. I know Tint has won, or close to winning, at least a couple of the Crux Cup endurance races. So yeah, shout out to Tint. Thanks for supporting the Neno Cup here as well. And shout out to ANSI Racing as well. Also supporting our solo championship. So they ANSI Racing, as we were saying before, they've got they do racing events all year. They're a collaboration of multiple organizations and content creators working together to provide the best community racing events for the benefit of all good Star citizens. You can find them at ansiracing.com or discord.gg/ansiracing. Probably one of my favorite events that they run every year is the Crux Cup in the spring. There's a 1-hour endurance race with different classes for different ships. I know I run the Aurora every year. I love it. It's basically like almost like a stock car Miata race. Everybody's in the same, almost exactly the same ship, and you're trying to figure out who's the best pilot. But they also have racing classes from fast to slow. So I know last couple years the Heralds have been in the fastest class with just insane lap times, as well as heavy ship racing. So I always have fun when there's multiple classes on there. You've got fast ships, dodging 890s, dodging Auroras. So always a good time. So you can check them out, ansiracing.com. And as we were saying, they have Scarlet Apex coming up in September. So combat racing is an interesting vibe, but most importantly, they do team racing. So practicing and working with the team, I definitely quite enjoy. But yeah, and actually, speaking of events coming up, so Omega Aerosports is running their the 2954 Summer Festival next week. So that is a community racing celebration. They've got races every day from Sunday to Saturday, and different organizations are helping out with races in different time zones. So at XGR, we're doing a whale race. Oh, sorry, Smitty says it starts tomorrow. So starting tomorrow, Sunday, running through the following Saturday. They've got essentially every type of racing you can imagine. I believe there's a Mustang race pretty much every day. On different tracks all around the PU. And there are also other races as well. So we're doing a whale race on Monday as well. So MISC ships around the New Babbage Speedway, which is a ring track. And Frontier Consolidated is also running a couple events. I believe there's a mule race There's Red Legion is doing rock racing. Anze Racing is doing a beer rally. Astara is doing a coffee run where you're delivering coffee. Frontier's doing some late night racing, and then they've got finale, and the finale is set. Actually, I forget where the finale is set, but yeah, it should be a good time. They're definitely trying to be inclusive and get as many time zones covered as well. It's a good time, so enjoy the Summerfest. Oh, and a foot race. I think the coffee run is the foot race. Yes, I'm open for that. As we get ready.
Do we know how long until race starts, Steve?
Yeah, let's check back in with.
Looks like the grid is set up here.
Yeah, so we get a ETA from race direction. All right, copy. So it looks like race direction will be about another 2 minutes or so. All right, so let's get this giveaway underway before this main race 3 starts. So I guess got a giveaway thing running. So just throw any messages in Twitch chat, just anything in there at all that'll enter you in for the giveaway, which is a Racer LX audience giveaway. So yeah, any message. That's right. The keyword any messages in chat. So yeah, throw anything in there. You know, whether it's an M50 or Fury LX, throw your Ship Showdown potential vote in there. Yeah, good luck everybody. And we'll give it about another 5 minutes. Yeah. Looking forward to seeing our main 2 or main 3 out here. Yeah, I guess another thing to throw in chat, if you've had a favorite race so far, or a favorite part of the Cup, or stuff you'd want to see next year, if you like the team format, I know next time we do this, we'll get as much automated scoring stuff so you can see things more in real time. Right now, it's still a manual process of getting the scores showing on screen. Yeah, Jacoden praying to finish at least 1 lap. Yep, praying for you, Jacoden. Let's get some points on the board. I believe in you. See Jacoden representing team. Jacoden representing Sanguis Red. So yeah, Sanguis Red Shield. Let's get more points for Sanguis Red. Nemo says want to see races not at 9 a.m. Yeah. One of the reasons this race was at this time was so we could have the races run in the daytime. Orson has a 3-hour daytime, so. I do like racing in the PU, and you kind of gotta work around the times. I know Meridian Exploration. They run a timesheet as well that will tell you the time anytime in the future. It will tell you the time of day on any track. You know, Aaron the God maintains a sheet that has the locations of every track in the verse and what time it'll be if you punch the time in. We have that pinned in the XGR Discord, so discord.gg/XGR. But yeah, for planning events or even planning practice, it's really helpful to know when it's daytime and when it's not, especially if you're practicing stuff that's not in Arena Commit. All right, as well, we've got last chance to get a message in chat here. Give it another minute or so. Okay, throw something in chat. I've got 10 folks eligible, so we'll be spinning the wheel. Oh yeah, Swift says we don't need to race at daytime. They put ping back on button tap. Yeah, I know. The ping command is definitely one that ping command is one that's super helpful for nighttime visibility. Sort of sending out. It was a hold before you couldn't use it when racing, but yeah, being able to ping and see stuff at night definitely helps. I do like night racing as well. I know it can be really challenging through these platforms. They are not super well lit. let us roll this giveaway. Good luck, everybody. All right. It is Colbosa. All right, congrats, Colbosa. Razor LX coming to you. Sponsored by Cloud Imperium. So thank you, Cloud Imperium, sponsoring the audience giveaway. Thank you, Colbosa, for coming out and racing. Thank you, everybody, for participating. So yeah, awesome job. We'll reach out after the stream, and we'll get that sorted. Check in, see our. So I think we're waiting for an ETM restructure. I see. All right, I see Connor Risnick in the server. Looks like Connor's spawning, so I think we're probably a couple minutes away from race start.
Beat AFK 90 seconds.
Oh, jumping back into these scores here. Again, let's see. Actually, let me get up the... Let's get up a list of the racers that we have and their team assignments going into this first day. I'll share that out on screen. So showing up our grid, yeah, we've got FRESH001 and Jacoden representing Sanguis Red, so they were coming in today with 860 points. Voltuck representing Washed Up with 660. Gerbo the Gnome and Jellyhead representing Sanguis Black. Playing Fox and Soapland representing the Origin Speedsters. Colborsa for Solar Turbor. Speedween and Connor Risnick for XGR. Kelsar for Q Prime, Ricky Tiki, and Neojet for Sire Racing Team. And we just have Ricky Tiki racing today. So then that's, yeah, so definitely, especially could be, you know, anybody's game for those solo results. Like I said, we had currently Gerbo the Gnome in the lead for the individual with 1140, and then FRESH001 with 1090, and then Playing Fox with 1020. So definitely some slight differences between the team and the individual, but I believe that actually is the same. Yeah, Sanguis Black and Gerbo both leading individual and team, and then FRESH001 and Sanguis Red leading or second place for individual, and then Playing Fox and Origin Speedsters in third place for the team. All right, yeah, that Nemo said that table makes here. Yeah, I know. Sorry, that's a lot of results on there for all the races we've had. But yeah, it's one of the things. So this is the first year we're running the Neno Cup, but one of the ideas is to sort of celebrate and sort of show best overall racers across all of Star Citizen. So that's why it's not just atmospheric ship racing, but also 0G, endurance, rallies, ground, as well as the atmospheric ship racing in, you know, both moon environments and planetary. So we are really seeing Gerbo the Gnome and Sanguis Black did win that first ground race on day one, the Bloodshot Rally, I believe, with 250 points out of the Bloodshot Rally, and they also team, and they did pretty respectively across the whole first day. But yeah, those extra points from winning the rally, and then Sanguis Red got, I believe, second place in the Bloodshot Rally with 220 points. So those 250 points that were on the table for the ground rally, I think we're seeing making probably a big part of these scores so far on day two. So it definitely pays to. It's nice to. It's nice to reward, to sort of celebrate racers that are, you know, able to practice in multiple environments, well-rounded, and sort of try different forms of racing. So shout out to the races. Oh, Newman said misalignment of headers and table data. Yeah. No,
critical error.
Let's see, right, Numi, I gotcha. That back up on screen. All right, realigned. It is fixed. All right. We're waiting on race direction. Looks like race direction having a couple issues, but we're getting ready for this main 3. Oh yeah, I guess Kayla Stars, they're all right. Knew when I said the table's better. Kayla Star, anything? I guess you want to share about XGR divisions, or if there's anything you want to. You don't have to, but yeah, anything you want to mention for maybe part of the idea behind it, or sort of what it might be like.
Yeah. So we. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So we wanted to bring it back, bring back competitive racing with a distinction between exhibition racers who earn community ranks in XGR and the literal fastest pilots as a result of the division races. To bring back pro licenses and the distinction between being just a exhibition racer and a division racer. And having a division champion at the end of the year. So we want to bring that back, but we're not going to let Star Citizen lessen the experience. So we're willing to wait, and that's why we postponed it until we get some more stability, until the desync is gone, until we have some different ship tunings, which it looks like the 324 is going to provide, and make the Razor back to feeling the way that it should, or closer to the way that we think it should. At least it's all, of course, subjective. But other than that, yeah, we just wanted to bring back competitive racing to XGR, which at this point has been gone for nearly a year since the last division race.
Yeah, it has been nearly a year. I know the last division race was 0G as well, right?
It was, yeah.
So yeah, that's a good point. I know I always enjoyed participating in the competitive racing when I could. I was running camera for some of the division races, but always, I think, in general, like you pick a ship, pick a track, everybody's on the same level footing, fill a grid with racers, and just have it, high competitive level. So yeah, always really enjoyed that format of racing.
Yeah, we've also got, we're going to have Sundays will be smooth landing sessions where we practice different variations of landing smoothly in different ships with different objectives. The end result being a smooth landing, and we're hoping that'll just be something else that people like formation flight and tuning that people can do in XGR with XGR, and people who even aren't in XGR to come in, or who not typically frequent the Discord, come in and participate in an event like that. It's just sort of a display of the overall mastery of the ships in Star Citizen. I know some people just on their own practice them and enjoy doing it, and I can't wait to see how good people are at it, and to watch people who aren't proficient with landing to get there by learning from others who are incredible, like Billboy and Monster, and there's some other in the community that are really talented at setting a ship down, which sounds so kind of simple, but it's really not to do it at the fastest descent and approach and stop and all that sort of thing. So I'm excited for that to start happening on Sundays.
I know it might be worth mentioning, was it 322 that added the option in game, the gosh, what is it? The landing
Oh, gravity assist?
Yeah, adding a toggle for gravity assist. So and previously, you always had this gravity assist, which counted gravity whenever you had your landing gear down. So I know something that was always a struggle. And formation flights or everything else was just being able to get a smooth landing where you can decrease the strength of your thrusters and slowly settle, as opposed to having to thrust down, because often it just would feel really artificial. So having CIG having added that gravity assist keybind, we can now have these beautiful smooth decoupled landings. So I know it's sort of just how one small change to the game, now you can have sort of a sort of competition or type event. That's a lot of fun. So
yeah, Smithy asked what's happening on Sundays. Where I'm going to be hosting smooth landing sessions in different atmospheric conditions each week with different objectives. Like vertical elevator climb to level off on top of a building landing, or this week will be straight in drop ship style landings with Cuddy Blacks onto pads. So we're going to be doing that. I'll be hosting those on Sundays. I'm hoping to do three times a month, maybe more. We'll see how it goes.
All right, grid is ready. Sounds like we will get a call out from race direction for when we're ready to start. So it should be any minute now. It's race 3 to determine the Neno Cup solo team and manufacturer champions. All right, 60 seconds.
Good luck, pilots.
All right. Good. Close up on these 300s here. You can see on the start. Good luck, everybody. A lot of practice, a lot of different racing coming down to the last couple 100 points. 30 seconds. The racers have clear comms right now too, so we're just waiting for that start signal. And they are off. All right, looks like Fresh in the lead. Boltot close behind. Going through the platform here with Fresh. Super Heavy lane lead, getting into that, trying to get that 180. Big group going through there. It's like Fresh and Boltok both making the 180. Coming through here. Definitely party marker soup going through there. Looks like Fresh made it. Fresh and Boltok are clean, coming around the tower, and going into the twist.
Jacqueline just making the overtake over Gerbo, which looks like maybe Gerbo took that back. Okay. Oh no, Gerbo struck. Looks like struck something.
Oh yeah, it looks like we've lost Gerbo. All right, coming down to barge 2 here. Yeah, it looks like DNF had a Gerbo. All right, Fresh and Boltok neck and neck, coming around barge 2, heading into the Australis platform. I believe Fresh is in a 350 and Boltok is in a 325, if I have that right. So it's just we're seeing the 300 with better straight line, but the 350 with better cornering. So that's why we're seeing them pretty close. All right, Fresh coming on, finishing that first lap. And that first lap is a 125, so that is pretty much on par. Boltok just behind. Looks like we've got Soap coming up here, finishing that first lap. Pretty tight grouping. Boltok and Fresh heading through the platform. Let's watch them as they go through. On the second lap, it's like Fresh has found sort of the tightest spot to make that turn. Under the tripwire. Up through the ceiling there, and around the tower, into the twister.
Boltok right on his tail.
Yeah, it's maybe a second behind. Fresh through the twist, up to barge 1. catch Fresh and Boltok neck and neck. Or not neck and neck, but within a couple seconds of each other. Fresh just entering barge 2. Boltok just behind. See, I wonder if Boltok is gonna... Boltok is keeping pressure on Fresh, so... I think it looks like Fresh might still have that 1 or 2 second per lap advantage. But I think any mistakes, Boltok can definitely catch up. Here we see this dicey turn here we have into Providence. It feels good to nail, really easy to... That was a rough one. You see Fresh checking the rearview camera to see how close Boltok is. Alright, and back in the grid we've got Jelly, Soap, and Kolbasa entering the Australis platform, heading back up to Providence. Check back in. Fresh and Boltok into the Twister on lap 3. As well as Jelly and Kolbasa in there, so they are more than half a lap ahead. It's Cash Fresh going up around barge 1, then taking the dip into barge 2. So we see them come in. DNF had a Playing Fox. Fresh making that turn into Australis platform. Boltok's still right there. That is... I don't think that gap has widened very much. We'll see what it is when that lap finishes.
I don't think so.
We have Fresh coming in, finishing that lap 3. Boltok, and we see a 3-second gap, so I think it's open slightly. Looks like DNF out of Ricky Ticky. Let's see, Fresh under the tripwire. Up through into the Twister. Let's see, let's check in with Jackaden, who you can see Jackaden finishing out lap 3. On to lap 4. So in a healthy, looks like a healthy 3rd place for Jackaden. We see Soap. Soap is also just finishing, so yeah, 12-second gap, but that's a solid 4th place. Check back in Fresh and Boltok. So they are coming up and over onto this back half of the lap. Looks like we just passed Kelsar there.
That gap has closed between them substantially.
Oh yeah. That might be down to like a 2-second gap. Let's see, we are on lap 4. We are halfway through. We are almost starting these final 2 laps to determine the Neno Cup individual and team champions. So, Connor Resnick and Kelsar about a lap down, just finishing lap 3. Fresh with a really clean final turn there. It looks well practiced. Yeah, 2.34 seconds. Boltok has made up a second on Fresh.
Wow.
It is, again,
I believe that was in 1 lap, wasn't that?
Yep,
that was
in 1 lap. So with 2 laps to go, Boltok, if Boltok can shave a second per lap, or Fresh makes even just the smallest mistake, I think this is where, as they come through the gap, looks like they are both clean. Fresh is a run coming through.
Yeah, Fresh with a tighter line around there.
Down through Cousin Crows. Oh, looks like, Boltok took that potentially way wide, but it's maybe, is that? Come up through here, they are very close together. Let's watch them as they come back down to barge 2. Again, looks like Soap and Jelly within a half second for 4th and 5th. Yeah, see, can Boltok make up another second or so? It looks like Fresh might have... Yeah, I think Fresh extended that gap. Coming here, we are finishing lap 5. We're starting lap 6 for the leader. Yeah, 1:25.34. Very consistent. Yeah, gap back to 3 seconds to Boltok. I think if we can just keep that clean, Team Washed Up can get those second place points at 250. Okay. Kelsar and Connor going into Australis. They are battling for 7th place. Gladius on Gladius, both in the red. Oh, looks like Connor with the boost, with the overtake. Maybe. I think that was Connor overtaking Kelsar.
Yep, Connor did, yep.
Head down to the start. Checking with Fresh into the final twist. Yeah, 0.7 seconds between Kelsar and Connor. So we got, Fresh and Boltok heading into Barge 1, coming up and over Providence, getting ready for Barge 2. Is that... Oh, they are neck and neck. Boltok with the overtake!
Wow!
There it is! Final lap, overtake, keeping it... Let's see, clean. Oh, Fresh with the tighter line around Barge 2.
Yeah.
All right, but maybe Boltok can close it on the straight. This is probably the final straight, heading into the final turn. Fresh up and over Providence. With Boltok just behind. Looks like that is Fresh. Boltok
What
with
a finish.
Was maybe a half-second gap.
Yeah, that was really interesting. I wonder if he changed his boost timings there.
123 out of Boltok. This is his fastest lap. Incredible. Oh, DNF out of Jacoden in 3rd place. So it looks like that is tragic on that last lap. So it looks like we've got Jellyhead then hopping into 3rd place. Jelly and Soap, they are also neck and neck, heading through the twist. With Soap, I don't even think we can see Jelly from Soap, but yeah, they are...
And Kelsar and Connor battling again, just neck and neck going into the last stretch of each lap here. Connor just slightly ahead.
Looks like this is Soap taking a final turn into Australis. Yeah, Soap and Jelly neck and neck into Australis. I know these two have been putting in a lot of time practicing. Looks like Jelly ahead of Soap. Jelly did get the overtake. We're doing the final turn over Providence. I think that might be Jelly with the 3rd place. Yep. Congratulations, Jelly. 3rd place.
Well done.
With Soap for 4th. Let's see, we've got, Kolbosa. I believe Kolbosa finishing out. Yep. And Kolbosa finishing lap 6. And we've got Connor and Kelsar. Looks like Connor, just ahead of Kelsar. They are heading into the twist. So Connor's staying slightly ahead, slightly cleaner, going around the landing pad. And we're gonna go, up and around Barge 1, sneaking through the arms. Yeah, great racing at everybody. We've got this Gladius on Gladius battle. It's like Connor has pulled slightly ahead here. As you watch them coming back down. Yeah, see, making this turn into Australis. So you see the Gladiuses come up. Looks like that is Connor in the lead that you can see. The stream there. Coming into that final turn. And that is Connor over the line.
Connor.
Well earned, well fought 6th place finish.
Kelsar right behind
Kelsar in 7th. Alright, that is it. Main 3. That was
everybody.
Incredible racing. I'm really glad to see Fresh and Boltok finish out that final 3. We got that neck and neck battle that we were looking for. Alright, great racing, everybody. Looks like sheet is updated. Let's get some of these results going. Let's get see these results on screen. Yeah, with the looks like Boltok did have that fastest lap of a 1:23, catching up that gap. That was incredible. Only less than a second at the final, 0.8 seconds. So that was incredible.
What a finish!
I mean, with that over 6 laps to be less than a second apart, and then third place and fourth place down to a minute, minute 22, minute 24. It's just like at 10 seconds slower per lap. So that was incredible. All right, so then it looks like Team Sanguis Red taking the first place there, the 350. Team Washed Up taking the second place, 250 in this final 3, and then Sanguis Black taking third with 210. And then we have Origin Speedsters taking fourth with 180. And Solo Turbo taking fifth with 160. XGR taking 6th with 150, Kelsar taking 4th with 140, and then Star Racing and 8th with 110. So that was the final 3 scores. So let's see how that affected the totals. Holy we have a tie for the overall team championship. That is incredible. Let me get these That is incredible that after 8 races across all these different categories, getting a tie. So we're gonna have to consult with race direction here. But yeah, let's get these final results. Or tentative results. I know we're going to have to figure out the tiebreak. I believe that is the only tiebreak for the team. We will have to see what the individual results are. I believe individual. Yeah, it looks like FRESH001 with the individual. Yeah, let's get these team results up. Yeah, great. Incredible racing right there at the end.
Yeah, really, 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 really fun to watch.
All right, but yeah, it looks like so. Here are our final results after all 8 races for the team championship. We will have race direction determine the tiebreak between Sanguis Black and Sanguis Red, both representing Sanguis Luna. So that's couldn't have a more fitting in there. The Origin Speedsters in 1200 with Washed Up just almost barely cracking to third with 1170 with that third place finish. Looks like Origin Speedsters with that solid third place, so congratulations there. And we have Solo Turbo with 940 in 5th, Team XGR. Really solid performance out of these last 3 races for third, and 6th, I think. And Sci Racing with 640. Well fought by Ricky Tiki here. And Q Prime Kelsar with 520. So great racing, everybody. Let's get the... we will... have the results of the tiebreak. We'll get that back to you, and let's check on the solo results. As well. Yep, working on the solo results. What tab? Oh, sorry. Let me consult with race direction. All right, they are working on it. Okey-doke. These individual results, we'll see our top individual racers.
Thanks to everyone for participating, and Steve for putting on this event, Mad Cat, Louis, Race Direction in general, Calabar. This is a hobby, and events like these take a surprising amount of planning and logistics to make happen. So thank you to everybody for giving us your time and giving time to the event. It's not possible without a team of people.
Yep. Thanks everybody for helping out. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to the racers. Thank you to the crew. Everybody helping out. Yeah. Again, we couldn't do it without everybody. Everybody helping. And yeah, it's looking forward to seeing more Neno Cup and more races. I know Aurora All Stars is an event we've run before for the last 2 years. Okay, looks like Race Direction has the All right, we have a call out from Race Direction because it is the best performance in the latest race of the day. That is Sanguis Red winning the tie. So
congrats, Sanguis. Well
congrats, Sanguis Red. So that's Sanguis Red in first place, Sanguis Black in second place for the team championship, and Origin Speedsters in third place. And then for the solo results, I'll just get the solo version. So sorted. So we've got FRESH001 at the top of the solo, Boltok second place in the solo, and Jellyhead Maid third. So yeah, congratulations and great racing, everybody. We will also tabulate the manufacturer scores as well to see which of the manufacturers. Which of the manufacturers will have won out. I believe it is probably Origin for just the total combined score of everybody, but we'll see. Could be different racing ships in a future event. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting, and we will see you the next one. All right, actually, do we want to grab maybe Fresh for a quick interview?
Sure.
We're waiting on Fresh here. All right, welcome Fresh, and congratulations for just an incredible race.
Hey, thank you. That was a good race in the last one.
Yeah. And I guess and also welcome Neno for those who are maybe just joining us. The Neno Cup is actually named after Neno, who is joining us here in the booth. One of the formerly of CIG, and sort of kicked off a lot of the racing that we see by actually adding the snake pit and other tracks into the game. But yep, so Fresh, I guess, can you talk about maybe those first couple races? If we were really wondering what happened with those, the DNFs.
Yeah, we couldn't see it, unfortunately.
Yeah, those were both desync for Boltok and I.
Both desync?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, and it was on the top straight just before you go under the little bridge. So, yeah, that sucks.
Desync on both of them. Yeah, it seemed like when you were both running close together, but luckily, I guess that third race, you were able to both race clean. So, definitely too bad. I know part of the PU. But,
yeah, that's just how it is.
We also saw in the third, the final race that Boltok had made up a substantial amount of time on you, and then you pulled away another half second. Was that? Do you know what happened? And did you change your boost timings to compensate for the fact that he was gaining basically a second per lap on you?
Yeah, on the last few laps there, I I had a feeling that he was saving a boost for the last lap, so I saved a bit as well, and then just dumped it all at the last few turns. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense for what we were seeing.
Yeah, I couldn't actually see who won at the end there. I thought I saw his swing at the just the side of my screen. So, yeah, so close.
No, that was incredible racing. I know we were Boltok pulling ahead there, and then it was 0.8 seconds on the final finish. So it was a 3-second gap for a good chunk of the race, and Boltok managed to make up basically 2 seconds. So it was kind of anybody's race there right at the end. So thanks for racing your heart out on that one.
Yeah, he's so fast, and he went in the 325A as well. I thought it was slower than the 350, but he made it work. So that's cool.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the interesting things about this race was that just the 325 and 350 were so clearly balanced together, whereas maybe in previous races, the 350 was so much better. So I guess part of CAG's
clear
baseline
distinction.
balancing. It was really fun watching because Boltok would generally catch up on the straights and you would catch up on the turns. So it was really, really cool watching both.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, and congrats again for both winning the individual and for St. Louis Red, the team championship.
Thank you.
And Neno, how was that to watch? How do you feel about your inaugural sort of event?
Honestly, it feels great. I mean, I never would have thought that there would be an event carrying my name in any video game, and being a Star Citizen, a game that I love and worked on. I mean, for me, I know it sounds cheesy and corny, but I think it's amazing, and it's an honor to have this event named after me. So thank you guys for organizing it and for everybody who participated. I know I'm just one person, but it means a lot to me that you guys are doing this. So yeah, good job for everyone, and I hope you guys keep getting more and more things for racing. Hopefully we get some fits and respawns closer to the race points and better rewards in the future. But yeah, I mean, I liked it. That's
awesome.
it.
Well, yeah, thanks for joining us, and thanks for everything that you've done. I know I'm creator of the Yadar Valley, Snake Pit, and a bunch of other work on the racing. So yeah, definitely made a big impact, and by putting that stuff into the game, you got a lot of people to enjoy racing in AC, where previously it was just the PU. So yeah, shout out. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
For
thanks,
sure,
Neno.
It's my pleasure. Cheers.
All right, with that, I think Kale, anything else for you?
No, thank you everyone for your time and your patience with us.
Thanks everybody, and we'll catch you at the next one.